So tonight's class will be fun. No inversions, nothing like that tonight. What I really want to work on tonight is, so we've been doing we worked our way into some advanced poses with the Wednesday night class, which is awesome, and you guys are doing a great job with that. I want you to continue practicing what we've learned at home if you want to. Like, I'm proud to hear you saying you tried that with the yoga blocks. Somebody actually listened to me. I cannot believe it. But what I really want to focus on tonight is slowing down. And if you've been to my yoga classes, you know that slowing down doesn't always mean easy, right? So a lot of times we're moving through in this class. Sometimes we build a lot of heat in this class. Not quite a power yoga, which is awesome. But I really want to focus on finding those somewhat more difficult positions tonight and slowing them down. So we're going to be correcting some form, and we're going to offer modifications to make them easier in some ways, so that you can focus on the parts that are important. I'm talking about you, chaturanga pose. And then we'll offer some modifications if you want to take it up a level too. So something for everybody tonight, okay? With that being said, find yourself in a nice, comfortably seated position. I am sorry if I clear my throat a gazillion times. Yeah, it's been going on for 2 months. If you're not used to it by now, I fear it's never going away at this point. So I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb and get some music started. I'm going to dim the lights just a little bit. Is that okay with you guys? All right, let me make sure it's not too dark because I'm trying to, keep that video right. Does that feel okay? All right, good. So we'll start nice and relaxed tonight. Find yourself in a comfortably seated position, and that may be legs out straight, that may be legs crossed, it may be half lotus. Maybe you want to try tucking one heel into one hip crease, and if that feels good. Now, as you're doing that, if you find yourself going lopsided, yeah, don't do that. Just uncross, right? And I always like to say, if you find yourself trying a position that feels a little bit challenging, you can always come down a notch. You can always step it back a level. You can also always come to child's pose or down dog if needed. So, half lotus if you want, full lotus if you're feeling really open in the hips. I'm going to start here, but you might see me move out of this position as well. Once you get the legs comfortable, start to sit up nice and tall through the spine. And really lengthen the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. So imagine that you're kind of lifting, creating space in between each vertebrae, and then roll the shoulders down and back. So opposite position with your shoulders and your head. I know it sounds like a lot of confusing instructions, but it does actually make sense once you get there. Hands come to the knees, shoulders down and back, chest is lifted, crown of the head tall, and then I welcome you to close your eyes here if that feels comfortable for you. I promise I will find us music eventually. You keep talking. And if you're closing your eyes here, just start to, even if you're not closing your eyes, start to slow your breath. Find some nice deep breaths. So you want to breathe in big and expand the lungs. Feel your belly expanding even. Exhale out. Feel free to make noise when you exhale. We are leaving behind any stress of the day, not just the day, any stress from any time you want to leave here. Now's the time to breathe it out and start to relax. As you start to relax, maybe let a smile come to your face. Even if you don't feel that happy yet, putting that smile on your face kind of brings that to you, finding some joy and relaxation. Playing music that is ready for spring and sunshine and warmth tonight. And as we relax into this position, it's perfectly fine if you want to find a little bit of movement here. So we don't have to be perfectly still. If it feels better for you to sway a little bit, keeping your eyes closed, you're welcome to do that. Or even round the torso, front to back, or cat-cow seated. Anything that feels good for your body this evening to just warm up and get ready to flow. Want to sit still, that's fine too. On your next inhale, let's open up the eyes, bring the arms all the way up towards the ceiling, reaching tall, keeping the shoulders down and back. We're going to interlace the fingers together and then turn the palms, point towards the ceiling. So right here is where your shoulders want to go. Nope, that's bringing that stress back. Open them back on down. So really push those shoulders down towards the floor while pushing the fingers up. Nice arm stretch here. Keeping the core nice and tight so we're not arching through the back. We want to pull that belly back in. And then exhale, take the hands down in the front. So maybe feeling a nice shoulder stretch here if you've been at a computer today or sitting at a desk or hunching over. This is a great stretch for the end of the day. Inhale, arms back on up. And exhale back on down. If you're feeling tightness in the shoulders and this rotation is too much, take a bend to the elbows or don't go as deep because sometimes our shoulders are just like, nope, I'm not there, and that's okay. One more time, take it all the way up. And then exhale back on down. Taking the palms all the way down to the knees this time. Roll the shoulders down and back a couple times. I think this is the playlist we used that night. We did all flying bird positions. We're not doing flying bird positions tonight, don't get excited. And roll the shoulders forward. And this time we're going to take the hands around behind the back, interlace the fingers, and pull the palms, or the knuckles, down towards the floor. So rolling those shoulders down and back, and go ahead and stick your chest out on this one. And you can even drop the head back. And exhale, forward fold, bringing the arms with you if that feels okay. If the arms want to stay back and you just want to come right here, that's perfectly fine. Do what your body's telling you to do or asking you to do. Don't push it any further. If it feels okay to roll forward, then go ahead and take it. Continue breathing. Don't hold your breath here, and then slowly roll on. Got the shoulders nice and stretched now. Uncross the legs and take the legs out nice and straight. At home, if you had the legs out straight already, you can stay right there. Wiggle those hips just a little bit to find a nice, comfortably grounded position here, so we're not lopsided or anything. And then actively flex the feet. Inhale the arms all the way up, keeping the chest lifted. So we're not going to round through the spine. We're going to find a forward fold. May not be able to come down too far yet if we haven't moved those legs much today, or if they're tight like mine from the walk the other day. That's fine. Reach as far as you can go, as long as you're not crunching down. I don't want your chin coming towards your chest. I want you lifted here. That may make hands are down by the sides instead. You can try reaching for the toes. And then as you exhale, because we're still breathing, right? Sink a little bit deeper, but not curling through the spine. See if we can wake those hamstrings up just a little bit. With each exhale, maybe. And once you get to a point that you're not going any further, that's fine. Just keep breathing and stay right where you are. One more big breath here. Slowly roll those hands all the way up those legs. So tonight's class, when I say one more breath here, that's not going to mean finish the breath you're on. That's going to mean one more big breath here. That's going to make more sense in a little while. Come on to your hands and knees. And that's rolling up on me. What we want to do is position ourselves towards the middle of the mat, and we want our shoulders to stack right over the wrists. We want our hips to stack right over the knees, and we want the knees to be about hip width apart. Tops of the feet are resting comfortably on the mat. So I want you to know that this is a position that you can always come back to tonight. We're going to do some moves where we're going to activate the toes and pull the knees off the floor. And if that gets to be too much, you come back down here and rest the toes just like this, okay? So when I said we're going to do that, I meant now. Tuck those toes. Go ahead and tuck your toes. And what you're going to do is you're going to use your core muscles to just lift the knees. Now, as you do that, watch your back. We don't want the back to arch. That's going to be hurting the low back. And we don't want it to round because that's way too easy. We want to keep the back flat and neutral. And if that's too much, drop back to the knees. If that's too much, even over the knees, drop the toes as well. Go ahead and drop the knees. Sorry, forgot that part. Hold here for just a breath. Again, you can hold here with toes active, but keep the knees rested. And then on your inhale, we want to take it in big. Exhale, lift the knees. Keep the back flat. It's a big core exercise. Hold here, lower down. So what we're actually doing here, what I would like you to try to do, is match this movement to your breath. This is one breath. Inhale. Exhale, lift, hold. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift the knees. Contract the belly, keep the back flat. Inhale, drop. One more just like that. Exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. Take the knees wide on your lower. Push the hips back, child's pose. That wasn't too bad, right? No. Let's warm up. As we progress to our next series, remember I said we're going to take this class a little bit slow tonight, meaning our moves are going to be nice and slow, ultimately meaning we're going to be holding our moves for a little bit longer breath. Inhale, come on back to all fours. So from here this time, we have options. If that last round was enough for you, I want you to continue your breath work as you just did. Don't look around the room and see if everybody else is on the same breath as you. It does not matter. One lick. If you're on one breath, somebody else is on two, or somebody goes halfway. For those of you that want to challenge, we're going to do this. We're going to start with the same breath work. We're going to hold for an extra breath. So go ahead and tuck those toes. Position yourself here. Big inhale. Exhale, lift those knees. Inhale, keep them lifted. Exhale, keep them lifted. Inhale, drop. How do we do? Good. A little bit more challenging there. A little bit more core work. Make sure that you're not rounding the back. Starting to sweat. That's what I want. Clothes coming off. All right, let's go. Tuck those toes. Big inhale. Exhale, lift. At any time you need to drop those knees back down, you know you are welcome to. Inhale, hold. Don't round through the back. Keep them just hovering over the ground. You're breathing in. Your quads are getting warm. Your core is working hard. Exhale. Keep it here. Inhale down. Ooh, release those toes. We'll take a quick break here. Everyone doing all right? Good. Touch those toes. Big inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lower knees wide. Good work, child's pose. Fabulous job, guys. Take your heads down towards the mat if that feels good. Find some breath here, or you're always welcome to take a water break, whatever you need. Maybe feeling a little bit of warmth in the quads after that one. So that move to lift those knees is working that core. And then as you hold up there, you're starting to feel a little bit more leg work, a little bit more core work. You guys did great. And my cap's not on good, so I just soaked myself. Don't mind me. we're gonna stay in child's pose knees here, and we're gonna work our way forward now. So child's pose, meaning we're gonna keep the knees here, we're gonna keep the arms outstretched. We're going to work our way towards a chaturanga arm. So the feet are gonna stay here, the tops of the feet resting on the mat. The knees stay wide. We shift our body forward and we stack the shoulders right over the wrists. Right here, the back is nice and flat. To lower down to chaturanga arms, we're gonna shift even further forward. So my shoulders are pretty much over my fingertips. When I bend down, my elbows are glued to my sides and I hold right here. And then I push back up and we reverse all the way to child's pose. Breathe. So let's find our nice flow that we're gonna do with one breath here. We inhale up, shift all the way forward. Exhale down. Inhale up, exhale back. It's like a slow child's pose push-up, right? Inhale up. Exhale down, elbows at sides. Those elbows should be at 90 degrees. We push back on up. Only go down as low as you feel okay. And if you get down there and you can't get up, just go to up dog or cobra like this. That's better. So do whatever you need to do, okay? One more just like this. Inhale up. Shift those shoulders all the way forward. Lower down. Exhale. Hold. Inhale up.
It's the up that kills you.
Yeah. All the way down to child's pose. Take a break. Because on the next round, we slow it down. Yeah. We're going to hold chaturanga arms for a breath. Remember that whole conversation about one more breath? Yeah, it's coming at you now. So take a breather here. Your triceps are going to love you for this tomorrow. All right, guys, let's walk through the first one. Slow enough that we know what we're doing, but not so slow. We don't want to walk too slow in this one. So plant those hands down. The hard part, when we get to chaturanga, we stay there for one more breath. If you cannot push back up, come on through to cobra. It's perfectly okay. So here we go. Come on up. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Hold. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, push up. And back. Nice. So just to give you a demo of what that's going to look like if you want to come through instead of pushing back up, you guys stay down in child's, but you can look this way. We inhale, lower down, hold, breathe, realize you're stuck. There. Okay, so I want you to have options. We're in child's. We're doing 2 more of these, guys. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, hold. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, push back. Keep that core tight. So as you come back, you're not injuring your lower back. You're supporting the low back by using the core. We have 1 more. I know you guys can do it. Take a few moments to breathe here. Are you feeling triceps yet?
Yeah.
Triceps and core is what we're working here, big time. 1 more like this. Get ready. Plant those hands. Lift on up. Inhale. Lower. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Push back. Inhale. Core comes up. Hips back. Child pose. You did a good job. Breathe. Very proud of you guys. That's not easy. From here, we're going to keep the hands planted. We're going to tuck the toes and take it to down dog. Now, we just warmed up our core a little bit with that one. So, we're not going to do the chaturanga arms on this one because I think you had enough on that round. I really want you to push away from the floor. Take those shoulder blades down and back. Perfect. And the hips come up towards the sky. We're going to take it from down dog to up dog or cobra. Let's go through our modifications. We start in down dog. We take it forward. We flip the toes. we lower down. If you want to come to cobra, come all the way down and lower down. Take your time getting there. Still working those tricep muscles we just did, so try not to just throw yourself down there. And then you can stay right here. Tuck those toes, pull that core in, hips up, down, dog. That's one option. If you want to do up dog instead of cobra, it's gonna look like this. Inhale forward, flip the toes. This time only the toes and the palms touch the ground. Not so bad here, but then tuck those toes, pull in that core, lift on up, down, dog. So we're gonna do that one more time at that pace. And you choose whichever one you like. Your feet can be a little bit wider apart if that feels better. Here we go. Inhale forward. Flip the toes. Find your up dog or your cobra. Oh, my thighs touched. Flip the toes back. Come on up. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Very slowly come on up so we don't get dizzy. And bring the hands to heart center. How do we do on that one? Good? Good, because we're going to do it again with one more breath. So, that meaning, take a moment to rest here. When we come forward into either cobra or down dog, cobra or up dog, we're going to hold it there for a full breath. So, you may think that cobra is easier, but just remember how much we worked those triceps on that last one. So do whatever feels good for you. If you want to switch it out halfway, you're not committing right now to one or the other. And remember, you can always lay down all the way if that feels better, okay? Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Walk those hands out, coming into down dog. Get yourself nice and settled in down dog. Find yourself a cozy position here. Inhale, forward. Flip those toes. Cobra or up dog. Hold. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Flip those toes, hips up. Now you can also come down to the knees on that one. If you want to do that, it's kind of like an in-between of up dog and cobra. If you don't want to lay all the way down, give your arms a break, then you're going to come forward and come down to the knees here. Okay, that's always an option. And then we lower down. So whatever feels best for you, wherever you are. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Tuck those toes, down dog. Holy core work, yeah? Do we feel that? If you don't feel your core working here, it means you're not pulling the belly button into the spine. And I want you to do that so you don't hurt the lower back. Inhale, forward. Flip those toes, cobra or up dog. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, down dog. Nice work. Walk those hands all the way back, forward fold. Good job. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Hands come to heart center. Bring the feet together, stepping into the middle of your mat. Everyone doing okay? Say we give the shoulders a little bit of a break. We've been upside down for a little bit. So I want you to bring the legs together and really squeeze those thighs together. And then slowly start to sink on down, coming into a chair position. Keeping the hands at the heart for first round. And then roll the shoulders down and back. Keep the chest lifted. Now from here, I'm just going to come sideways to show you a few things. When we come into chair, as we sink further down, we want to stick the buns out because that makes us feel like, oh, I'm lower down. No, tuck the pelvis. Lift the chest, but don't hit. Don't hit. So tucking the pelvis, keep the chest lifted, sink low, squeeze those thighs together, hands at heart center. You got all that? Yeah. Hold here. Oh, and breathe. Don't forget that part because you all look like you're about to blow up. Just kidding. Pull the core in really tight. Extend the arms long. Sink lower. We're going to have a fun little play move right here. Get our heart rate up just a little bit. We're going to forward fold from here and lift the heels. Don't arch your back or you'll fall when we come back up. So we lower down, lift those heels. Come on up. Keep the knees bent. Lower down, forward fold, heels lift. Come on up. Lower down. You're lifting the heels on that fold, flatten the heels on the up. It's the opposite of what you would think. It's way harder that way. Come on up. Last one, exhale down. Lift those heels, come on up, flatten those heels, come back, sink it into chair. Thighs should be really working strong right here. Tug that pelvis, pull in the core, bring the hands back down to the heart. Stay low. Breathe. Squeeze those thighs. Taking the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh, find a twist. Breathe. Inhale back to center. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. One more time, each side. When we come to center, we're coming all the way up. We're still sitting low. Center. Last one. Inhale, center. Come all the way up. Ooh. Quads are warm. Exhale, forward fold. Stretch those legs. Feel free to do a little bend right here if that feels better. Give those quads a little break. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Heart rate should be elevated slightly. That's what we want right here. Hands come to heart, sink it down. Find that position, all those good reminders, right? Belly pulled in, pelvis tucked. Legs squeezing together, lifting low, chest is lifted. Hands at heart. Breathe. Arms come all the way up. We're gonna forward fold, lift those heels. What? Hard and come on up. It's a core challenge, guys. That's a hard move. So even if you get the heels up for 1 sec, you're squeezing those knees up towards your chest, lower the heels, come back on. It's kind of fun though, right? Come on down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale, arms up. Pull the hands to the heart center. Lower down. Tuck the pelvis, pull the belly in. Left elbow. Outside. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, center. Here's that one more breath round, right? Legs should be on fire right now. Take it to the other side. Hold. And center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, center. Everyone's like, can you breathe a little faster, please? Hold to the other side, last time. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, center. Glutes are getting warm at this point too. Keep that core nice and tight. Other side. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, center. Arms come all the way up. Ooh. Aren't you glad we didn't do more shoulder work? Forward fold. And inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. And then take your time and come all the way down to seated. Give those legs a little break. Grab some water. How's everyone feeling, okay? We're good? Breathing, we're drinking, okay. Drinking water. I don't know what's in Carmen's jar back there. Or Donna's, I should say. Alright, guys. Now work those legs a little bit. Let's extend them out in front. Find ourselves in our next forward fold. So flex those feet, pushing the backs of the legs into the ground, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Keep that chest lifted. Notice if you're any deeper than the last one. And if not, just keep doing that exhale, sink lower until you feel you're at as low as you can go. Like we're doing a limbo. How low can you go? But keep the chest lifted, right? So we don't want to round through. And you should all be able to look up at me and see me. Except for you, Jessica, with your hair. Keep on breathing here. This is a great time to practice that one more breath, right? Exhale. Great job. Slowly roll it on up. Let's take the soles of the feet together and give the hips a nice big stretch here. Because we're getting ready to work into some hip openers. Yay! You guys look so excited. So when we find ourselves in butterfly pose, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. You want to sit up nice and tall, so have a nice straight spine. Think about your spine being stacked, so the crown of your head. We're not leaning forward, we're not leaning back. And this nice straight line from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. And then wrap the fingers around the toes. And then try to pull your shoulders down and lift your chest a little bit more. It can be a great shoulder stretch or a good opener through the chest muscles. And then take a big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. This time we are going to shift forward and maybe feel that stretch in the hips or the glutes a little bit more. From here, start to roll on up. I'm going to make this real easy for you to get into the next pose. We don't have to do down dog or anything. We're going to take the right leg. Well, for me, it's the right leg. I'm taking my right leg to the front of the mat. My left leg's coming to the back. If you want to do opposite, that's fine. Coming into a half pigeon. So if you've been sitting all day, or if your glutes are tight, or your hamstrings are tight, take your time getting into this pose. You can always bend the back leg if you need to. This front leg can also be in here if that feels better. Okay, the challenge is to get that leg parallel to the front of the mat eventually. Most importantly though is to have the hips square to the floor if you're straightening that back leg. Good, that looks good. You use your fingers as much as you need to. If you're feeling too much tension in that back hip, bend the front leg in more. That's really good. Perfect. So comfy, right? So what you want to try to get to in this pose is you want to get to where you can do, look, Mom, no hands. That puts a lot more pressure into that hip of the front leg hip, the glute, I should say. If that's painful, then put your hands back down. But you do want to get to a point that this is actually comfortable. That means you're permanently stretching those muscles, and our hips and our glutes are so tight, mostly for us women, so it's a great way to reduce stress. Just a couple suggestions. I'm not saying you're all stressed out. There's a wine for that. Exhale here, forward fold, coming over that front leg. Coming only as low as feels good. If that's too tight for you, then you just use those hands and you push back on up. If that feels good and you want to stretch it even more, walk those hands out in front so the arms are extended. And then the torso is going to push onto the leg, and you'll find a bit of a deeper stretch there. From here, we're going to walk the hands back towards your mat if you extended them, or keep them where they are and start to lift the torso. From here, we're going to take it to lizard pose. So we're going to be very cautious. We're going to lift our hips up and then take this front foot, walk it all the way to the outside of your mat. Okay, so this hip was just, or that glute was just stretching here. And then taking both hands on the inside of that foot, we're just going to slowly start to push the hips down towards the mat. Good, you can come up onto the foot there. So your sole of your foot is down on the mat. Perfect. Then you can step that foot up right towards your hand. Yeah, there you go. And then push those hips forward. So what we want to feel here is a stretch in this hip flexor, and we're going to start getting into this hip, not so much the glute, but the hip. If this feels okay, then come on down to forearms. It's not going to hurt. It's a really good hip opener.
What about forearm?
And letting that foot fall to the outer edge. I'm going to move. You guys stay down. I'm just showing you where my foot is falling. So that hip is opening up.
Right.
If it's not opening up, it just means you need more of this stretch in your life. Trust me, it's not an easy one, but it's very beneficial. So we're going to take that foot and we're going to come back, planting the foot center, come back on up to the palms, and I want you to bend the back leg, and we just kind of come up into this kneeling pose, giving that front leg a little bit of a rest. Go ahead and breathe.
Get warm.
Huh?
It got warm.
Yeah, I know. Because we're doing that side again with one more breath. So hopefully you didn't move that foot too far center. We're going to shift the weight forward, hands come down first. This is our starting position. This may be as far as you want to go. You don't need to go any further. If you want to go further, come on down to forearms, let the foot fall out to the side, and you're basically letting gravity do the stretch for you. However, if you really want more stretch, you can take that hand and put some pressure on the knee to really open up the hip. That means you're already pretty open there. And breathe. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, we're going to have a little bit of fun here. Come up onto the palms. Tuck the back toe. Lift the back knee. What? Step the right foot back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga, hold. Come on through for cobra.
Oh my gosh, so much fun. At least you didn't make us do another breath.
I thought about it. Tuck the toes, hips up. Oh, this down dog should feel good on those hips, you guys. And then slowly lower down to the knees. Laughter is medicine, y'all. Take the left foot forward. Half pigeon on the other side. Working your way into half pigeon. Take your time. You know, we can bend the front leg, we can bend the back leg, but if you're straightening the back leg, I want those hips lifted in center. And remember, no hands. We want to get comfy here. If you're not there tonight, that's perfectly okay. It's just something I want you to work towards, meaning your body weight is pushing into these joints and muscles. We want it to be like, oh, just relax into this. Yeah? We're so relaxed, right? But your hands can be down if that's painful. Just want to give you something you can work towards when you go home and practice later on tonight. Exhale, forward fold. I'm really meant to bring my new figure 8 yoga strap, because there's a good pose from half pigeon that I was going to show you. Try to remember it for next week. Remember, you can stay here with forearms. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, reach those hands out to the front. And then slowly start to walk those hands back towards the front leg. Use the palms to push yourself up. Now we're going to take our time getting out of this. We want to plant our hands over to the side, and we're going to walk this front leg. We come up onto the sole. We walk it all the way across the mat. And then we kind of lower back down in between the legs. In between the legs. So palms are flat here. You can stay right here. Go for that flex in this straight leg, that hip flexor there. So you're pushing that hip down towards the ground. Imagine trying to get your hips as low to the ground as you can in this position. And then come down to forearms if that feels okay for you. Still pushing both hips down. And then this leg naturally is going to start to want to fall out to the side. Let it go ahead and fall onto the outside of the foot. Another one you can just relax on into, right? It's a really, really deep stretch in that hip muscle. It's a great stretch. And And then come back onto the palms. We come back, we lift center, and then we bend that back knee. So we're taking a quick little break, walk the hands up, and we come into kneeling, half kneeling. We're good? Okay. We get that fun plank move coming up soon. Yay. All right, guys, shift the weight on forward. Hands come back down. Push those hips down into the ground. And either stay right here or come down to forearms. Let that foot fall out to the side. Exhale, hold. Inhale, hold. And then exhale, come back onto the palms, tuck the back toes, lift the knee, step on back, plank. Ooh, hips up, down dog. Breathe. Shift forward, coming into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Hold. Cobra. Push the knees wide and the hips back, child's pose. Breathe. You can stay here for a few breaths or grab some water if that feels better for you. Either way. We're going to get into some really yummy stretches now. And I mean that literally. Like, you're not going to hate me. You're going to love me. Maybe. Come on to your back. Not Shavasana yet, Emily. That's true. I do always say you can take Shavasana at any time. What I want you to do is come on down to your back and keep the feet planted. Oh, I forgot one portion before the yummy, delicious stretches. My bad. Tuck the knees into the chest. We're going to start by rocking ourselves all the way up to a seated position with the feet planted. It's so much fun. So we rock, we roll, we plant.
Okay.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rock and roll and plant. Use your momentum, perfectly acceptable to do here. And back, forward, plant. Okay. Now what I want you to do is rock and roll, but don't plant. Rock, roll, hold. Oh, I failed.
I did too.
Rock, roll. It's easier if you put your hands under your thighs for this one. Try to hold at the top. Keep those toes pointed long. It's not easy. And then hold at the top. Now stay here. Stay here. Release the thighs if you can. Lower the torso down. We are going to do a little bit of abdominal work. These are not the yummy, delicious stretches I was referring to, by the way. Those are coming. What I want you to do is we're going to inhale, hold here, exhale, take the knees wide. Exhale. I'm sorry, inhale, lower down. Exhale, knees wide. Inhale, lower. Now, hands, to modify, hands can come down by the sides. You can even come into forearms and only move the legs if you want. So do whatever feels best for you. The most challenging is where I have you guys started up here. Knees out. Inhale as low and as long as you can. Knees out. And this is slow and controlled. Are we ready for the one more breath round? Yeah, it's happening. Lower down. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. And bring it up. Ooh, one more? Yes, lower down. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. I'm shaking. And take the knees in. One more? One more. Lower down. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. And knees in. Woo, extend all the way down. Yummy stretches coming at you.
Oh,
Hug those knees into the chest. And as you extend the legs nice and long, I want you to cross the right leg on top of the left. Like we're just gonna have this nice, we're just sitting in a seat, rocking our feet. Take the arms out nice and wide, and then drop both legs over to the left. Ooh. We are gonna do both sides, Doc, don't worry. Try to keep that right shoulder down on the ground. Try not to lift that shoulder. Inhale back to center, and then take both legs over to the other side. So we're getting a full spinal twist here. You may feel a little bit of a shoulder stretch in the arms. That's good. We did a lot of shoulder work in the beginning. Ooh, my back just cracked. Inhale back to center. Hug the knees into the chest, uncrossing them, and then cross the left leg on top of the right. Just dangling those toes, having fun, right? Yeah. Arms out to the side, and drop both legs over to the right. Try to keep that left shoulder down on the ground. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Really with control, drop it down. We don't want to flop the legs down to the side. Keep that right shoulder grounded. Feeling a really big twist here. Inhale back to center. Now keeping the legs crossed right as they are here, I want you to grab opposite ankles, or grab both ankles, not opposite, that would be like playing Twister. And then pull the ankles towards your torso or down towards your mat. Focus your energy on that left glute stretch. And then inhale, releasing those ankles, hug both knees in, uncross the legs. One more time, you cross that right leg on top of the left. We grab for the shins or the ankles. We pull those ankles or shins down towards your torso or towards your mat. Focus the energy on the right glute now. And come back to center. Uncross the legs, hug those knees into the chest. And then extend the legs nice and long. And you have made it to Final Shavasana. So letting your legs fall out to the side here. Feet can be nice and wide and the palms are facing up. Let the arms relax into the mat, your shoulders. Let the weight of the legs fall down into your mat. The hips are going to relax, the knees, the ankles. And imagine your whole torso just melting down into the mat or the ground or the rug. And close your eyes if that feels okay. Relax. I'm going to dim the lights and come around with some essential oil spray. If you prefer no spray, just place one hand over your heart and that will be sure to skip over. is taking some deep breaths. And when you feel ready, roll on over to excuse me, one side, whichever side feels more comfortable. Take a few breaths there. And then when you're ready, you can meet me in a comfortably seated position. Can't talk. To relax. And sit up nice and tall and keeping your chest lifted so you can fill those lungs one more time. Big breath in. Bring the hands together. Exhale those hands down to heart. Close your eyes as we wind down our practice. Hopefully you're feeling worked and stretched and happy all at the same time. You guys did a great job. Those moves were tough. Holding those moves for deep breaths and slow movement was really challenging. I'm really proud of each of you guys for trying and for coming tonight and allowing me to lead you in this practice. Namaste. Have a great rest of your night.